These are the type of Asians you'll meet at Property Auctions Part 2. If you haven't watched Part 1, it blew up in this link over here. First category of Asians in this Part 2 series is the Indians. Now, mind you, there's two types of Indians. So you have the first category, which is the taxi Indians, and the second category is the IT Indians. The way to identify the taxi Indians, if they're in the house, if you're at an auction and outside the house there's a rank of taxis, the taxi Indians are in the house. Now be careful of these auction property type bidders. They're super street smart and they're very money savvy. Now, these guys are super hardworking. They have a lot of money. They have 6-7 jobs. They do Uber Deliver Eats when they're not doing taxi. They do Uber Drive when they're not doing taxi. They even do any other jobs that white people won't do because they are super hungry. But don't worry about these guys. They only would buy in Harris Park in New South Wales. If you're not planning to buy a house in Harris Park, then don't worry. Next is the IT Indians. Now these guys will float outside of Harris Park. These guys' ancestors designed Hotmail, so they're super smart and they're usually IT contractors. They earn like $2,000 a day. Only thing I would say is if you're at an auction and there's like 99% white people and there's like 2 Indians there, be very careful, white guys. You gotta stir these Indians' internal Gandhi. They're gonna go Super Saiyan on you. Every time you guys outbid them, it stirs the internal oppression. They think about that crown jewel you guys stole from India. This story was passed down to Indian generation to Indian generation to this IT contractors generation. The only way not to trigger the internal Gandhi Super Saiyan is to bring some Asian friends. Everyone bid fairly, not just all white people. These Indians will let you slide because they think they're not triggered anymore and you probably will win the property. This category of Asian is the Thais. Bro, as a matter of due diligence before you buy any property, just Google around whether there's a Buddhist temple nearby. Like normal Aussie families would basically Google whether there's a good school nearby, so they buy property due to school zoning. These Thais buy property due to monk zoning. There's a Buddhist temple about 5 to 10 kilometers near that house you can buy. Just run, guys. You cannot outbid these Thais. And this is a secret tip. If you're at an auction and you see a white old man with a Victoria's Secret Asian type model next to him, then you look closely at that chick and you see like an Adam's apple. God damn, lady boy in the house. Guys, just run. Don't bid at the property. This chick or this slash man has unlimited money from sugar daddy. If there's no Adam's apple, the only way to notice whether there's a Thai hot chick in the house is your partner, your spouse. They're not looking at the auctioneer. They're looking at her double Ds. Next category of Asians that you meet at auction is the Filipinos. Filipinos are like the islanders of white people. They're like the Moana of the Asian people. Now, the weakness of these guys is they're very conscious of their neighbors. So if their neighbors are very susceptible to noise or they're likely to make a noise complaint, these Filipinos will not buy the house because you and I know these guys love karaoke nights. The only way to spot a Filipino is to place a mobile karaoke sheet and put it in the corner. If they all congregate there, they're Filipino. Once you spot these guys and you want a dirty hand beat them, just whisper through the grapevine, I heard the neighbor doesn't like Manny Pacquiao. Lord Jesus, we cannot buy this property. Hopefully these tips will help you in your property auction journey against these Asians. Jump in the comments. Let me know whether you want part 3.